combing through evidence, interviewing more people. And then some unexpected help arrived from a TV show. Why'd you choose the Carla Walker case?
Well, as I was looking at cases in order to be able to assist agencies, the Carla Walker case was brought to my attention.
Paul Holes is something of a legend in crime-fighting circles. As a sheriff's investigator, he helped find the man who killed at least a dozen people in California a generation ago. A man known as the Golden State Killer. Holes retired from law enforcement and is now an author, a consultant, and a true crime TV personality. This show, on Oxygen, had an episode on the Carla Walker case.
Must be Leah.
I am. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Paul. Jeff. Holes is an expert in genealogical DNA, which can identify suspects through their relatives. It wasn't available back in 2005. It's also expensive, so the producers of his program provided $18,000 to help cover the cost. Detectives sent Carla's dress and, for the first time, all the rest of her clothing to a lab in California.
That actually allowed for us to look for DNA in other spots than DNA had originally been found.
And here's why Wagner and Bennett will be eternally grateful to those first crime scene investigators who did their work back in 1974. They packaged the evidence so carefully that 21st century lab techs were able to find something new. Not on Carla's dress, but on the strap of her bra. A perfectly preserved single sperm cell.
It was a single source sample, just pure that guy right there on her bra strap.
From that, the lab developed a full male profile and checked that against some of the DNA samples police had gathered. No match. They uploaded the sample to the National DNA Database. No hit.
And then it was like, genealogy. This is easy. Let's get this sample to a genealogy testing lab and start using investigative genealogy to identify who this male is.
In other words, if they couldn't pinpoint the killer, maybe they could find his relatives. Holes suggested detectives send the sample to a genealogical lab he'd had success with on other cases. Now, anytime you test a DNA sample, part of it gets used up. In this case, the sample was so small, the lab used up all of it, and then struck out on finding a link. So now, you don't have a suspect, and the sample's gone. Your gold mine is dried up.
The gold mine is gone. I was crushed. I was like, did we just kill this case? I've let the family down. I've let Carla down.
It was a major setback, to be sure. But detectives held on to a gut feeling they would solve this case.
Each time we hit a wall, a door opened.
And that next doorway led to a big break.
We specifically focus on cases that have already failed other methods.
Cutting-edge technology was about to solve Carla's case.
Coming up, I said, I'd like a chance to relook at that evidence.